Welcome to Valerie's Real Talk podcast. My name is Valerie Smith, and I'm your host. Today is episode 28, and I'm pleased to say that I'm going to speak to you on what is your purpose and your vision for your life. Today I had the pleasure of listening to Dr. Myles Munroe, the late Dr. Myles Munroe. He was such a visionary, a person who poured out everything to humanity. And when I say that this man was all about leadership, he was all about changing the world and changing leaders into change agents. And it's just amazing what he's done and the impact that he had on humanity. Everything that he left from his videos, his tapes, his books, is just amazing. And that is the reason why I'm going to speak to you about purpose and your vision for your life. Because like Dr. Myles Munroe said, you want to die empty. You don't want to die old, he said. You want to die empty and that your time on earth is finished. Because you poured out all your gifts, everything that you have on the inside, he said, are your gifts to share with the world. Before I knew about Dr. Myles Munroe, as a young girl, I always felt that way. I always felt that we all have something that's unique, something that's worth sharing. And I was always that child that loved to share. I was never shy. I just love pouring into people and just talking. And I should have known, being a first grader who loved to talk, who loved to be in front of the classroom. When my teacher used to call me up, her name was Mrs. A.L. And she would tell me, Valerie, come up to the front. And I will read and speak to the children in the classroom. And as I grow older, I become this flute player, and I love performing. And then I went from performing the flute to being a speaker. Because I love speaking. I love talking. I love bringing people to knowing what's coming in the future. And those are those skills, life skills that you need. But the most important thing besides skills is as we live, it's very, very important to understand what is your purpose in life. It's nothing like living in a time like this where creativity is everything. And that we can take what we have and create it and share it and market it to the world. If you look at the world today, we are consumers. We love to buy, but we've gotten away from producing and creating. And when we think about our purpose, we have to think about what are we good at, that we can do it for free. I've been training people for free. I have been speaking for free. And I've done this all under the Toastmasters brand. I've learned a lot in my 11 plus years. I've just been engulfed into pouring into the club members, pouring into the district. And people keep asking me, do you get paid for this? And I said, no, I don't. And they look at me like I'm crazy, for real. However, the answer that I give them is that one day I will get paid for it. However, it's nothing like getting the experience. And when you pour into it and you see the effects, the impact that you bring to people, to light up their faces, to see them growing, participating in contests, becoming the leader that they are, and becoming the speaker that they can be. That's what I love. I love mentoring. I love training. That's my superpower. Another superpower I have is time management and solving problems critically and creatively. That's what I'm known for when I was working. And that's what I do. Even if I was working today for a corporation, either as a consultant or as an employee. However, you have to find out what is that gift you have. And is it your purpose in life? Because we all come with great gifts, but they become hidden in the dark. And it's time to bring those gifts out and show the world who you are. You have a purpose. And that's one thing I did, and I still do to this day. Any job that I had, I presented the gift. I did not hide it. When I did onboarding, I used my speaking voice and my connecting with people. That's what I love. When I presented for the HR teams on how to be an effective speaker, I spoke it in existence so they could be the best speakers in HR, because HR communications is very important today. And then I trained the sales team on how to pitch their product and services to their client. Because why? I love speaking. I love to bring impact. I want to see people grow. And now that we're in the 21st century, you have to look at yourself and say, what am I good at? What are my gifts that I can do right now for free? And I could do this in my sleep. You never know what your gifts can do for you and give you purpose. And you can bless someone who can learn from your skills, from what you know about time management. It could be data analytics. That's a big thing right now. If you're good at that and you're hiding that gift. Or you could be a singer. You could be a dancer. You could be a choreographer. We don't know what those gifts are. But some of us are hiding the gifts. And we're not activating it. It's time to be a visionary for your life. And what does that look like? It means turning off everything, your computer, your phone, and you need to start writing down what is the vision for your life. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, wherever that is? What is the vision for your life? And write it down. Don't go on the computer. I want you to write it down. Very important. That's your homework today. And then I want you to think about what gifts you have. Are you utilizing it at your job? Or maybe an organization you belong to? What are you good at that everyone is coming to you for? That's very important. And those things that you think is little, it's going to bring impact to humanity. We all have that sense of thinking that we're not enough, but we are enough. We are harder on ourselves than the world is harder on us. So what you want to do is, I really want you to think about your gifts, your purpose, and your vision. I don't want you to go through life and not share your gifts, your talents with the world and not have a vision for your life. We were not sent to earth just to work, retire, and die. We have something special on the inside. Even if you're working, you can still utilize your gift outside of work. I know I did. But the thing is, people, it's time to take those gifts and that purpose and that vision and turn it into a business. It could be a small business. It could be something part-time that you could do on the side while you work. And start impacting people's lives. You can even impact the people that you work with. And that's the greatest thing about choice. Is that when you love what you do and you want to see people get better and better in their careers, it's okay to shine your light at work. Because guess what? You're going to help somebody. It could be your manager. It could be a co-worker. It could be somebody in a different department that you see greatness and you want them to be great at what they do. And some people just don't know that they have greatness, and because you see it, you're going to build it. And that's what building talent is all about. And I see a lot of talent development positions open right now. Because why? In the 21st century, it's all about growth. It's all about growth and opportunities just for you. To start opening up, being agile, learn different skills, use the gifts that you have while you're on the job. And if you have your own business, shine the light. It's very, very important to shine your light, show your vision for your life. What is your purpose in this life? Again, your homework is to figure out what are your gifts and be in silence. Write this down on your journal or a pad of paper. After you write down your gifts, and it could be up to 20 or 30. I don't care how many you got. People say you only should have one gift. That's untrue. Untrue. There are people with many gifts and they don't use them. And I'm not going to say you're going to use them all, but write them down. Write them down on paper. And then I want you to think about truly what is your purpose on earth. Because we all have a purpose. Even if you don't know it now, just sit in silence. It's going to come to you. And then I want you to think about your vision. You have a vision. And put it down and make it plain. Because without a vision, your life could perish. You're just going to be walking around doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I want you to take your life seriously. Regardless of what's going on in your life, you come first. Stop seeking external forces to find your purpose for you. The purpose lies within you. And once you understand your purpose, then you're going to have external forces who's going to help you get to where you need to be. Because you can't do it alone. But I always say is that God is going to be on your side when that purpose do arise. Because He's going to make sure you have people that's going to be in your corner to make sure that vision come to life. I just want to say thank you for joining me wherever you are in the world. good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And I look forward to seeing you next week for episode 29.